Hello students, Mr. Bryson here. This week's project is going to be special. You're going to complete a chart that is due by Friday. Every day this week you'll have a different reading to do, and then you'll add to the chart. So I'm going to show you how to do that starting today. First, you want to go to the Gregory Portland Independent School District website and open up Office 365, which has been provided to you by the district for free. And we're going to make our chart as a Word document. There are other ways to do it, but I want to keep it simple. So we'll just start with Word. And we'll just start with a blank document. And we're going to insert a chart. Just waiting for my toolbar to open up here. Okay, to do that, go to your toolbar, find Insert, click on it. And right below that, you have the option to create a table. There's an arrow pull down, click on that. And we're going to be creating a chart with 5 columns and 6 rows. So you just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Click on it, and they appear on your screen. Now, don't be alarmed if they look too small to write in, because they will expand when you start typing. So in the very top left cell, we're going to type the title, which is Rhetorical Situations. Notice when you get to the right margin of the cell, it automatically fits the word below it if there's not enough room, and you can hit enter as many times as you want, create as much space as you want or as you need. Underneath that, we're going to have the parts of the rhetorical situation that we talked about last week. Of course, we have the sender or the author. We have the receiver or the audience. We have the medium or the genre. We have the message or the purpose. And then we have the context or the exigence. Okay, we're going to be reading 4 different articles, watching or viewing or reading 4 different rhetorical situations this week. And each time we do it, we're going to identify these 5 parts as specifically as we can. And we're going to begin with Winston Churchill's "We Shall Fight" speech. Which, if you've never heard of, that's fine, because I've attached links so that you can view the text of the speech, and I will give a little bit of a lecture as to where and when he made the speech and why. Okay, if you've never heard of Winston Churchill, that's because he's really old and he's not around anymore, but he, in British history, is incredibly famous. In world history, he's incredibly famous. He was the Prime Minister of England during World War II. So he's largely responsible for the Allied powers winning that war against Hitler. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I'm moving now. Yeah, this is what he looked like. And he delivered the speech right after Dunkirk. For those of you who have seen the movie Dunkirk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He delivered the speech June 4th, 1940. This is before Pearl Harbor, so this is before the United States enters the war effort. So at the time, England and the other European countries fighting against Hitler did not have American forces helping them. The speech is actually quite lengthy, but people mostly remember just the last part of the speech, which is about 2 minutes long.
Sir, I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made, as they are being made, we shall prove ourselves once more able to defend our Highland home, to ride out the storm of war, and to outlive the menace of tyranny, if necessary for years.
So that's what Winston sounds like, or sounded like back in 1940. He's pretty old, pretty English. Sometimes it's very difficult to understand what he's saying, but we do our best. Okay, I've also attached to this assignment a link to a lot of the text from his speech with an introduction, and here is where he starts speaking, where he says the Royal Navy with the willing help of countless merchant seamen. Then he goes on and on. I have deleted some parts of it, noted by an ellipse. And then the most famous part and the most often read and most quoted is the last paragraph, where he mentions things like, how they're going to fight and how they wish that the Americans would join in and help them, but that England would be willing to stand alone if need be. Okay, now, so after you've read the text that I provided with you, and after you watch the Dunkirk video that I've also attached to this assignment, I want you to come back to your chart and fill it out. Now, I don't want the easy answer. For sender, don't just put Winston Churchill, because that's too vague. It's like not everybody knows who that is. So just add as much specific information as you can. You can say Prime Minister of England during World War II. Oops. Okay, the more specific you can be, the better your grade is going to be. For receiver, don't just put people who listen to the radio or Parliament. Like, do your research if you need to, and try to include as many people as possible, but don't be too general. Try to be as specific. Do the same thing for the medium. The medium, that one's going to be easy. This is a speech made in front of Parliament and also broadcast over the radio. Which includes probably English subjects. The message, I'll let you do that on your own. The context is fairly easy. They had just had a military disaster at Dunkirk, and it was a mild success in some ways, but in a lot of ways it was a failure. And he's addressing his people and trying to keep everybody's spirits up at a time where the war is in its early stages. All right. So finish this column, and tomorrow I will tell you what the next rhetorical situation is, and you'll have more of that to do on your own, and I'm going to intervene less. And each day I'm going to give you more and more responsibility in filling this chart out while I kind of lay back and watch. Don't worry, you can do it. I have faith in you, and I'll see you later. Bye. If you have any questions, my conference period starts at 1 o'clock on Zoom. I will invite everybody. Hope to see you then. Bye.